Hi everyone, this is Tammy, owner of Worthyworthitpriceless, and today's podcast is titled, There's a Blessing in the Rejection. So, rejection seems to be a part of life, especially now. And a lot of times when we are rejected, it is, and depending on how we are rejected, that's another thing as well. But rejection hurts. It's not something that you can sugarcoat and say, oh, well, rejection is fine and this, that, and the third. Rejection hurts. It hurts to hear no, especially if your heart and your mind was really set on it. And that's a lot of times when we do hear the word no, and that's when it hurts the most. It's like you set yourself up to succeed, and then you may get a no, or a door slams in your face. But what I've realized is a lot of times that rejection is protection. So years ago, I wanted to get jobs at certain places. So one of the places I wanted to work is Blockbuster. Now, if you never heard of Blockbuster, that's basically my point right there. But I was supposed to be getting this job. It was like a management job. It was in a town that wasn't really even that close to us. It was like in Lewiston. I live in Niagara Falls, and I didn't have a car at that time. And so it would have been a whole disaster even trying to get there. So I know I needed the job, but obviously I couldn't get there, and this, that, and the third. And then what ended up happening was Blockbuster actually closed. So if I would have got the job, I would have been out of a job. And so a lot of times we're looking at God and his situations, or like the situations that we're in. And we're like, where is the help? Like, you know what I mean? You see, I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to get things off the ground. Where's the help? Where's God? And this, that, and the third. But it's even at those times when you don't know what is going on, he's still protecting you. He's still there for you. He's right next to you. Like, you know, he's still making a way. Even if you can't see him, he's still with you. And like I said, if I would have got that job, it would have been turmoil, one, to get to the job. And then after I got the job, I would have been out of a job anyway, because the whole business folded. So that's the thing. It's a lot of times we're setting ourselves up for something, but God is protecting us from what we can't see. God knew that Blockbuster wasn't going to be around. And I'm like, but I need this job, like, type of thing. And I realized that even through other things in my life, that when I was rejected at certain jobs, or a friend, you know, me and a friend may have fallen out, or even like most recently a breakup and stuff like that. Those rejections, they helped me to be a better person. They fueled my life. They made me put my foot on the gas and be like, you know what? I have to do this. I can do this type of thing. When it came down to the part of this business, like Worthyworthitpriceless, where it was the point that I wasn't selling any products. I was making a whole bunch of products, but nothing was selling. And because of that rejection of sales, for the most part, it fueled me to actually go into really making sure that the podcast was set up properly and actually doing this. And it's the funniest thing is because God will make room for everything. And what I mean by that is, like, a year before I was really dedicated to the podcast. I've been doing the podcast. It would be 2 years on the 18th. So, but I knew, like, I think it was like last year or whatever, in 2019, I was sitting up there and I kept saying over and over, I was telling my coworkers, like, I want to focus more on the podcast, the blog, and this, that, and the third. Like, I wanted to focus more on the ministry part of it and not do the products as much. And I never, it's like, it seems like as soon as I said that, then someone may inquire about an order, or I did end up getting an order or something like for products or something like that, either way. But long story short, God made a way that when it was like a stalemate, basically not selling anything, then I was like, you know what, now is the time. So I closed down everything to actually, focus more on the podcast. And because of that, by the grace of God, the podcast portion of it is excelling. And I'm able, as you see, hopefully, I've been doing podcasts like almost every day. If I haven't did a podcast audio or vocally, I guess, vocally, then I've been doing videos. And my videos has been on, if not YouTube, but I also been expanding and putting the videos also on Instagram under Worthyworthitpriceless. So at the end of the day, and then also too, it's like now I have the time to actually finish a book, and then finishing this book, and then I'll be doing one for little girls as well. So it's like all of that rejection became a blessing. And even through the breakup that I had about 3 years ago, even that, no matter how painful it was a blessing, because now, by the grace of God, I see that I am more than what I thought I was. Even through that rejection, it is making me a better woman, a better mom, a better business owner, and I'm able to even share my experiences with you guys, whereas before I wasn't able to talk about the breakup at all. And now I'm able to talk about it and everything, and it doesn't hurt as much as it once did. So I'm telling you from experience, I've had a lot of rejection in my life, but you will get through it. It may hurt for a moment, and that season or that moment may feel like forever. And trust me, I know how it feels. But if you fight through that, rejection, and you start changing your perspective and you start changing your focus, then it won't hurt as bad. Not saying it won't hurt at all, but it won't hurt as bad because you will be using that as fuel to keep you going. Regardless of what it looks like, you're not going to end up where you are right now. I know it looks bad. I know it looks hard. We all have bills piling up. We don't know what we're going to do, a lot of times. And, but even in your rejection, God still has a blessing. Even in the no's that you see, God still has a yes. And it's a yes behind the door that you're supposed to go through. That's what we have to realize. You're going to get a yes behind the door you're supposed to go through. A lot of times we want doors to open because we want these doors to open. But if God isn't on the other side of that door, let that door stay closed. Whether it's relationships or anything. If God is not behind that door and God says, no, that door is supposed to be closed, leave it closed. Don't try to open it up. Don't try to rig it. Nothing. Don't try to get whatever tools. Don't try to break the door down. It's not for you. I'm telling you from experience, leave the door alone. Please. Trust me. Leave the door alone. Because a lot of times, I'm just going to tell you from experience, there's been doors that have been closed. I knew they were closed, but I still tried to open them. And I maneuvered my way into getting the door open, and I wish I would have left it shut. So I'm telling you from experience, if God closes a door is closed, or you get rejected in some way, shape, form, or fashion, get over the rejection however you get over your rejections, but realize that it's from God and leave the door closed. Don't touch it. Don't think about it. Nothing. I don't care. Put caution tape over the door. Whatever it takes for you just to leave that door alone. God is not going to bring you somewhere that he's not going to bring you through. It's going to work out for you. Don't be stuck in your own mind of how you think things are supposed to work out in your life. God does not think like we think. And I promise you, when that door opens, sorry, I'm getting emotional. Sorry. But when that door does open and everything works out for you, you're going to see why you were rejected. You're going to see why that didn't work out. You're going to see why that person left. You're going to see why all of this stuff happened. Let it happen. Give yourself time to heal and everything. Rejection isn't easy, but God always has a blessing behind it, okay? So, just so you know, and always remember that you are worthy, worth it, and priceless. God has a plan for you. I love you. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for listening to this podcast. And until next time, bye.